Hi, it's Mr. Tush over at Global, and here we are. We're going to do the part two. We're going to set up the experiment for the coin flip. We're not actually going to do it today. We're going to set that up. So in this video, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the user interface. Well, in order to get this started, I want to do the project under a new name. So I'm going to go to Save Project As, and then we're going to call this Coin Flip Part 2 Experiment. So we change this name to CoinFlip Part 2 Experiment, and then we'll click OK. And that'll change the name over here to CoinFlip App Part 2 Experiment. Now we're going to add a few components. The first thing we need to do is we need to go in and add a horizontal arrangement. I'm going to put this in above everything. So in goes that horizontal arrangement. And I'm going to set the width for this horizontal arrangement. I know it's selected because it's green. I'm going to select the width to fill parent. Now that I've done fill parent, I'm going to move the image onto the horizontal arrangement. And it's still kind of big for my purposes, so I'm going to want to change this to 50 by 50 pixels. So I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to click Pixels and change it to 50. And what I'm doing now is I am making it smaller because I'm going to need to for the sake of what I'm trying to accomplish. And then I'm going to add a label component next to it. So I'm going to go over here and pick up my label component. I'm going to stick the label in here. And I'm going to set the font to 30. You actually can change the size of the font. So I'm going to change into 30, so it's going to be a nice big font. And I'm going to set the label to read Coin Flip Experiment. Coin Flip Experiment. There we go. Check my typing. Don't need to change my color. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to name this component because we're going to have a number of components in this exercise, so you really want to be disciplined about your labels. So I'm going to rename this label title. Label title. So I know what it is. I actually won't be programming it, but I will be programming other labels. So I want to know which ones to program and which ones not to. Now, the next thing we got to do is we're going to add another layout. So we're setting up a number of things here. So oftentimes you're going to want to sketch this. But what we're doing is we're adding another horizontal arrangement, and we're going to set the width to fill parent again so that it just fills in that. And then we're going to put a label in the second text box. So we're going to go over here and we're going to grab a label, stick it in here, and we're going to call this label N. Label N. And now we've got that there. And then we're going to set text to N equals. So I'm going to go N, or N colon, I'm actually going to use. And I'm going to add a couple of spaces after that colon. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text box after label N. So I'm going to put in a text box. I'm going to go over here, catch the text box, and throw the text box in here. So that is a text box, and I am going to call it text box N. So instead of text box 1, I'll just put an N on the end of it because I'm going to really need to know that later on. And I'm going to make sure it says numbers only. This is under properties. Look over here, check off numbers only. Now I'm going to move the button, flip the coin button, I'm going to move that to this horizontal arrangement as well. So I'll put in flip the coin in the horizontal arrangement. I'm going to rename it button go. I'm going to call this button go. And I'm going to, instead of saying flip the coin, I'm going to say run the experiment. So this is what this is going to say, all of that. And I'm going to set the one more thing underneath it. I'm going to put another label below it. So let's take a label, stick it below all of this. And I'm going to set the width of this to fill the parent. And I'm going to change it to font size to 24. So I'm going to change this to 24. So we get something big here. And I am going to put name the label results. So label results. Click OK. And for now, I don't have to necessarily put anything in there, but we'll just leave it as it is. All right, thank you for watching, and on to the blocks in our next video.